Good morning, students. So today we are about to study a new chapter, that is nitric acid. Okay. Now nitric acid is also known as aqua fortis. Okay. In another word, we can say aqua fortis means strong water. Now we will understand why this name is given to nitric acid. We all know that nitric acid is the only acid which will be reactive with almost all metals, and this is the only acid which will be reacting with silver and dissolving it. Okay, rest of the acid cannot dissolve any of the noble metals, because we all know silver is considered as a noble metal. Okay, now the second portion of this nitric acid, okay, comes, or the occurrence, if we see, it comes in two states. The first one will be your in free state, and the second one will be in combined state. Okay, now see, if we are considering free state, then nitric acid is present in rainwater. Okay, that will be in the free state. And if we are talking about combined state, then there are a lot of examples are there. For example, KNO3 is there. For example, NaNO3 is there. For example, ammonium nitrate is there. Okay, lot of fertilizers are there. Okay, they are in combined state. Explosives are there, they are in combined state. Okay, another thing which will be understanding how the nitric acid is in free state. Okay, how do we find that? So in nitric, what happens in the atmosphere, we are having nitrogen gas. Okay, that is the maximum percentage we are having. Then this nitrogen gas combines with oxygen, okay, due to lightening. Okay, high pressure and temperature is considered in the lightening. Okay, and then what we get nitric oxide. Okay, so 2 nitric oxide. Once again, this nitric oxide combines with oxygen present in the atmosphere and forms nitrogen dioxide. Okay, we'll just balance this. So this is a balanced equation. And the third portion, nitrogen dioxide will combine with water plus oxygen, and this will give us nitric acid. Okay, so in this way the nitric acid is present in the atmosphere and it comes in the rain, and this nitric acid, if it is present in the rain, we call that as acid rain. Okay, so in this two form we are having the nitric acid present here. Is it clear, students? Now the next thing which we will be going to study is how to prepare nitric acid. Okay, so nitric acid will be prepared by two methods. One will be by the lab method, the second one will be by Ostwald process. So first we will be considering lab method. Okay, now in lab method, what do we use? We use, okay, salt, that is sodium nitrate, or we can use potassium nitrate. Now sodium nitrate is also known as chili saltpeter. Okay, and potassium nitrate, we all know it is known as niter, or in some of the book you will find the name is given Bengal saltpeter. Okay, so any of the two name will be considered. So just for your objective, I am telling you, it may come, write the formula for chili saltpeter, then the dash will be given, you can fill there. So sodium nitrate, potassium nitrate is used in presence of both of the reactions simultaneously. I am showing you. So here we are using sulfuric acid concentrated, here also we are using sulfuric acid concentrated one. Okay, now see here, what is the main thing which you have to consider here is the temperature should be always less than 200 degrees centigrade. Okay, just in the HCl chapter we have studied that. Okay, here also the same explanation will be going on. Sodium nitrate plus sulfuric acid, they both will react and they will be giving you sodium, okay, that is less than 200 degrees C, is then sodium bisulfate formation is there, and then we are having nitric acid formation. Is it clear? Here also the same thing, we are having potassium bisulfate plus nitric acid. So in this way we can get our nitric acid. Okay, so few of the things which are very important here, some of the reason behind, that is why we use temperature 200 degrees centigrade will be, first one, Okay, as we all know that nitric acid is volatile in nature. Okay, we all know what is volatile. Okay, the acids or the substances which will be evaporating if we give some amount of heat to it, that will be termed as volatile. So nitric acid is volatile in nature. If we are giving a temperature greater than 200 degrees C, this nitric acid will evaporate. Second one, if temperature is greater than 200 degrees centigrade, then there will be formation of sodium sulfate or potassium sulfate. Okay, now when this product is formed on the test tube, okay, we'll be seeing a hard crust formation. Okay, and due to this hard crust formation, the third reason which will be telling us why we should not use temperature greater than 200 degrees centigrade will be cracking of the test tube. Okay, now another reason also you can give here is that there will be wastage of money, wastage of time there. Is it clear? So in this way we can prepare our nitric acid. Okay, as we have seen the reaction for the preparation of nitric acid, now we will be seeing the diagram how nitric acid formation takes place. So here what we are taking, we will be taking a round bottom flask. In this round bottom flask, we will be taking a thistle funnel, okay, dipped inside, and through one of the end a delivery tube will be attached here. Okay, now in through this thistle funnel, what we do, we provide heat to this, because without heat the reaction will not be taking place. From here we are adding H2SO4 concentrated. Why concentrated? Because we know only this acid is non-volatile in nature, rest of the acid are volatile in nature. So here we are adding, okay, either we will take sodium nitrate or we take potassium nitrate. Okay, from here we are providing heat to this. Then at the other end, this is your delivery tube. At the other end we are again considering a round bottom flask. In this, what we do, we just pour some cold water to this. When we are giving cold water to this, then what happens? Okay, when this gas is coming, that is the HNO3 gas is coming here. Okay, this will be moving through the delivery tube, and when it is coming here, it will be spreading out everywhere. And when we are providing cold water, okay, due to cold water, what happens? Condensation will be taking place, and due to condensation, the vapor of nitric acid will be converted into liquid nitric acid, or we say aqueous, in aqueous state. Okay, so hope this experiment is clear. Now see here, few of the things which we have to consider is all the apparatus which we are seeing here, okay, are made up of glass. Now the reason for making all the apparatus of glass is nitric acid is very corrosive in nature. Okay, so we have to consider this point. For this reason only, what happens, all the apparatus will be made up of glass. Okay, because what happens, due to corrosion, if the apparatus is made up of some cork or plastic, then it will be corroding the surface and there may be a chance of accident. So hope student this portion is clear to you all. Okay, now coming to the next topic, that is industrial method for preparation of nitric acid, and we call that as Ostwald process. So the Ostwald process is same, the continuation of nitric acid ammonia chapter. Okay, in Ostwald process, okay, we are having some, okay, that is 3 steps. Step number 1, okay, in step number 1 what we take ammonia gas and then we oxidize it. So this is also known as catalytic oxidation of ammonia. Okay, the chamber or the process will be catalytic oxidation of ammonia. Okay, Now ammonia in presence of oxygen at a temperature of 800 degrees centigrade, and we provide a catalyst, that is platinum. Okay, when these two things react together, what they form? They form nitric oxide plus we are having water. Is it clear? Now just you balance this, 2 hydrogen here, 3 hydrogen. If I multiply here with 2, here also with 2, so 3 2s are 6, and here I am multiplying with 3, so 3 2s are 6 hydrogen, 3 2s are 6 hydrogen, 2 nitrogen, 2 nitrogen. Oxygen is 2 here, but here 3 plus 2, 5 oxygen is there. So what we have to do, just I'll put a fraction here, 5 by 2. Now this reaction becomes 4NH3 plus 5O2 in presence of 800 degrees centigrade platinum. Then this will be multiplied by 2, so this becomes 4NO plus 6H2. Okay, so this is known as the fraction method for balancing. Okay, I'll make a video on this and it will be helpful. Now when nitric oxide formation is there, again we are here, formation of nitric oxide take place, and this, if we are seeing the whole apparatus of Ostwald process, then this will be taking place in the catalytic chamber, or we say catalytic oxidation of ammonia. The second one will be in oxidation chamber. Okay, in oxidation chamber what happens? Nitric oxide is combined with oxygen at 50 degrees centigrade. When these two combine, it forms nitrogen dioxide. Just you balance here. Okay, so this will be your balanced equation. Now coming to step number 3. The step number 3 will be known as absorption, because the reaction will be taking place in absorption chamber or in absorption tower. So here what happens? The nitrogen dioxide which is formed here, it will be made to react with water, okay, and oxygen. And when it is reacting, what does it form? It forms nitric acid. Okay, now here what we have to consider, just we balance this first. So 4 nitrogen, here also we are multiplying with 4, so nitrogen 4, here also nitrogen 4. Hydrogen is 2, but hydrogen here is 4, so we'll multiply here with 2. Now nitrogen and hydrogen both are balanced. Now what is left? Oxygen is left, so 4 2s are 8, 8 plus 2 10, 10 plus 2 12, and 4 3s are 12. So this is our balanced equation. So student, these are the 3 steps of Ostwald process for preparation of nitric acid. See here student, nitric acid is pure in nature when it is prepared. Now when it is pure in nature, the color of nitric acid will be colorless. But when we are providing heat to this, earlier in the chapter only we have studied that nitric acid is a volatile acid. So what happens? This nitric acid, HNO3, if we are providing heat, it decomposes into nitrogen dioxide, water and oxygen. Now see here, we all know that nitrogen dioxide is reddish brown in color. Okay, so when this reddish brown color comes in contact with water there, the colorless color changes into yellow color. Okay, so the acid which you see in your lab will be yellow in color. Now there are 2 steps by which we can remove this yellow color. The first one will be addition of carbon dioxide there. If you are adding more of the carbon dioxide, then this yellow color once again will be changing into colorless. Second one, we can do dilution. Dilution means adding of water. Okay, if we are adding more of the water, then the yellow color vanishes there.